All right, here it is. It is a podcast that I never wanted to do, but I must do. Meaning a tribute to the greatest guitar player of all time. And I'm talking about Eddie Van Halen, who we lost yesterday, October 6, 2020. Fuck you, 2020. You are a monster. There we go. When it comes to Eddie Van Halen, just legendary is not even, they don't even make a word to describe the level of this man's talent. It was absolutely insane what this man has done. And listen, I want to definitely make this clear right now. And I've said it before. Yes, he is an absolute guitar god. But without his songwriting, we would be talking about Eddie Van Halen the way we talk about other fantastic guitar players. Say a Steve Vai, a Joe Satriani, these type of guys, okay? They're great, great, great players. They are unbelievable. They're in the top 10, these type of guys, okay, when it comes to guitar playing. But with Eddie, it was, to me, his guitar playing is insane, but his songwriting, you understand, like, we wouldn't be, look, the Instagram, the internet, the Twitters, the Facebooks, they wouldn't be exploding like they are if he did not have these unreal, and I mean this, unreal songs. This guy was the whole package. I've never seen anybody like this in my life. This guy could sing. He played the shit out of guitar. He built his own guitars. He tore apart his amplifiers, stomp boxes, everything in search of the ultimate tone, constantly trying to be better at all times. Can you imagine you're Eddie Van Halen in around 1982 and you're trying to be better? It's just hilarious. This man was constantly moving the high watermark. And like I said, it has a lot to do with the songs. It all comes down to the song. And man, this guy moves me in 1,000 ways. And we've lost some very, very big musicians over the years. Prince, Tom Petty, these guys come to mind as, knocking me out. But this man right here, I don't think, besides AC/DC, I don't think anybody's had more of an impact on who I am and the beat that I walk to. It's just, I mean, I could talk for hours about this man, and I have, over my lifetime. I was just saying it a few weeks ago. It's unbelievable. Where people, you look, we had the Randy Rhodes of our lives. We've had the dime bags. We've had all these guys that are incredible. But Eddie Van Halen is, I compare a lot to, if you looked at like the NBA and you had Magic Johnson, who was just crushing the NBA in a new way. I look at it like this. And then Jordan looked at what Magic Johnson did and then just completely took it to another level. This is what Eddie Van Halen did. He sees Jimi Hendrix, and then he goes, I'm going to take this to the stratospheres. And that's how I look at guitar playing as far as revolutionizing the instrument. Like I said, all these other guys are great, and I love them all. But you got Hendrix, and then you got Eddie. And after that, it's all a influenced type of playing. Even one of my favorites, Tom Morello, who I think also really took it to another level. He definitely has tons of Eddie Van Halen in his blood. It's so insane how I can remember exactly when I got into Van Halen. 78, I'm in a car getting a ride to school, and I hear Ain't Talking About Love. Okay? I'm like, what is that? You know, of course they got the cover, You Really Got Me. But it's the song Ain't Talking About Love that completely hits me like, you know, like a bolt of lightning. As cheesy as that or cliche as that, that's exactly what it was like. It was just from that day on, my life was changed 100%. Got to get a guitar. Got to figure out how to play Ain't Talking About Love. Realizing I'm never, ever going to be able to get to that level. I knew it right away. This man was an alien, man. I mean, it is unreal. I was like, nah, I'm going to have to be a singer. Because if I can't play at that level, I'm just going to have, there's no one that's going to be like this. I got some friends, man, that can play the shit out of Eddie Van Halen. But when you see Eddie Van Halen play Eddie Van Halen, it is like he's not even, that guitar is not even on him. It's so weird how perfectly and the finesse and how violent the guitar sounds. But at the same time, this guy has a full smile on his face. He reminds me of when I'm doing comedy. I'm always like just smiling when I'm at like the Comedy Store because I'm just like, this is it. And Eddie always smiled, which was weird because his playing was so violent. And, you know, guitar players didn't smile. They were just fucking mean with that, you know, that metal face. It's unreal, man. It's unreal what this man has done. His guitars. I love art. I love design. I love architecture. Everything about his guitars was so original. It's so next level. You start with Van Halen 1. You got the white and black striped one. There he is on the cover holding that thing. You're just like, whoa. What is that Stratocaster? They don't sell that at the store. I'm used to the Clapton one with the 3 pickups, single coil. This thing's all crazy. I saw that guitar many times in person, of course, live, but last year I was at that Met guitar exhibit in New York, and I stared at that thing for a good half hour, just looking at it, just staring at every little part, the quarter on it that's drilled in it so the Floyd Rose doesn't go all the way back, the dummy pickup in the neck position, the humbucker in the back that's slanted, the numerous different lunacy positions of the stripes, the tape where the guitar picks would stick on in case he dropped a pick, the cut piece of just small pick guard so he can have something to hold the knob. One knob. He was the guy. Fucking one knob. After that, every guitar company copied it. A volume knob, nothing else. He didn't want a tone pot that messed with the tone. He just went volume knob. The hand tapping. Yeah, there's all kinds of arguments like, did he invent it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He played Eruption on Van Halen 1, and that changed every kid in the world. They all wanted to get a guitar. I couldn't even believe that was a person playing guitar. And for years when I would see Eddie, the early years, he would turn around when he was doing some of the stuff so people couldn't see how he was doing it. Van Halen 1 is arguably one of the greatest debut records of all time. Hands down. I mean, there's nothing. I can't even imagine the record companies that passed on this band. Gene Simmons saw the genius in it early on, did some demos, couldn't get anything going. They're out there grinding it out, playing every night all over Los Angeles, multiple sets, learning the craft, just becoming a fucking unit, playing hundreds of sets. That's how you get good at anything, over and over and over. That 10,000 hour thing, they invented it, man. Out there loading up the station wagon, Marshall half stack, his brother behind him. Eddie started out on drums. What a fucking weird world that would be if he never picked up the guitar. Eddie Van Halen on drums, Alex was on guitar. Quickly, switching and turning it around. Thank God. Look at this track list. Look at this track list of Van Halen 1. I mean, come on. Whoever did this? You open with Running with the Devil, which I didn't know till recently was a car horn at the beginning. Oh, that's so fucking cool. You open with Running with the Devil, and then you go into a guitar solo. Eruption. No one did that. I can't even imagine what a record company was thinking. Like, hey, what is track 2? We got to get rid of that. That can't, that's not a song. We need hit songs here. We need hit songs. Get rid of this. Let's get some writers. It's unreal. Just constantly breaking the rules, making their own rules. Starting out as the Broken Combs, the first band, then calling the band the Trojan Rubber Company. Total teenage boys. Trojan Rubber Company. That would be fucking unbelievable. Then changing it to Genesis. No idea that there is a Genesis. changing it to Mammoth, and then finally in 74, calling the band Van Halen, with one of the, if not the greatest logo of all time. Everyone in my junior high was drawing that logo on their peachy. The greatest logo. I mean, look at the logo. Just stare at it for a while. That is his name. That's not a stage name. That's not a made up word. That is his name with the greatest logo tattooed on so many people, painted everywhere, graffitied. Just a V and an H with like wings, and then Van Halen kind of floating on it. This is a master of design, this logo. Unreal, the logo. They got Eruption. Then they go into You Really Got Me. Ain't Talking About Love, my favorite at the time. I'm the One, Jamie's Crying, Atomic Punk, Feel Your Love Tonight, Little Dreamer, the incredible cover Ice Cream Man, and then On Fire. I remember seeing them, I believe, let me look real quick. Let me see which tour this was. By the way, I saw Van Halen, and we'll get into that many, many, many times. And I'm checking the set list here of, here it is. I don't want to jump ahead yet, but on the Fair Warning tour, they opened with On Fire. I can't even tell you what that was like. The lights went dark. The entire Oakland Auditorium, where the Golden State Warriors used to play, the entire place going ballistic and kick into On Fire. The lights go on. David Lee Roth, full-blown splits, 20 feet in the sky, lands exactly at the mic, and starts singing the first verse. I can see it right now. Unreal. I don't even know. Maybe 20 million times I've spun Van Halen 1. Van Halen 1 is a record that has never gotten old to me, ever. Anytime I hear it, I stop for a second and just smile and think Los Angeles, California, palm trees, rock and roll, guitar, Sunset Strip, Gazzarri's, Whiskey A Go-Go, Sunset Sound, Pasadena. It rings through my ears, all of that. I can feel every bit of Los Angeles, California on that record. And it's unreal. I was trying to pick what song to play for you guys on this. It's so lunacy to try to pick a track off that to play. But I like to play the deep tracks off the records. I tell you the song that I got turned on to the band, which was Ain't Talking About Love. But then once you get the record and you get deep into it, you go, whoa. And I think between On Fire and Atomic Punk, you do not get any more radical sounding than those two. They are a punch in the face. I'm telling you, it is a display of just fucking rock, man. Here it is. Atomic Punk.
I am a victim of the
I can't even believe still that that's 1978. Recorded 4 guys, minimal overdubs. I just did a podcast 2 days ago at Sunset Sound. All right. I sat in that room where Van Halen 1 was done. I recorded the podcast in that room. Ted Templeman just killing it on the production. The band delivering smoking performances. But Eddie coming out with that damn tone and that sound and those riffs, man. I can't stress enough. We're not going to be talking about Eddie as much as we are without these incredible songs. It's 1979. Van Halen 2 hits. Van Halen 2, man. They come out with the Summer Rock, Dance the Night Away, the huge single. You're No Good, the cover. But I dive deep down on this one, man, and you get into the radical of side 2. Okay, we had Eruption. Now let's go with acoustic, flamenco style, Spanish Fly. Basically letting you know, look, I don't need the distortion, and I don't need the pedals, and I don't need the Marshall, and I don't need the Floyd Rose. I can smash it on this acoustic. Check out Spanish Fly. And that's basically letting you know right away, like, oh, this guy is just another level. I'm as if we didn't already know that. Words out on the street, the touring with Sabbath. They're out doing all kinds of small headliners here and there, opening for everyone they could, just blowing people off the stage. Spanish Fly. Just changing it up. You can't box me in. The track on this record that knocks me out is DOA. It is unreal. Zlozauer coming in with the smoking photos on the back of this record. Just killing it. They had all the great people around them because they were great. So they weren't going to have any bullshit around them. Ted Templeman, crushing producer. Zlozauer, one of the best photographers in the game, who arguably has the greatest Van Halen photos ever. All right? Ever. Check it out. DOA.
They sent the sheriff down to try and drive us away. We was sitting ducks for the policeman. They found a dirty-faced kid in a garbage can. Ooh. And I'm alone. I'm on the highway. Whoa, yeah. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. Broken down and dirty, dressed in rags. From the day my mama told me, boy, you pack your bags. I sent the mayor down in his pickup truck. The jury look at me, say, I don't know. Ooh, yeah. for the policeman. They found a dirty faced kid in a garbage can. Yeah. Feel I'm alone, yeah. I'm on the highway. Oh, yeah. Dead or alive. Dead or
All right. What happens next with this band is something that I can't even explain to you how much it fucking knocked me out. Look, I loved Van Halen 1. I love Van Halen 2. I get into the first year of high school. And I'm talking about a freshman in high school. March 26 comes around, 1980. They drop a record that blows my mind so fucking much that still to this day I can't get enough of. And I'm talking about Women and Children First. This record comes out, and now I'm about to see the mighty Van Halen in person. All right? I'll tell you this right now. A buddy of mine, this guy Vince Casey, he had a Maverick, like a beat up Maverick, and they were coming to Oakland. And I was like, we got to go to that. And I asked my mom, she goes, okay, you can go. And I think I lied and said we were going with his parents or something. But we got like a 12-pack of Michelob and headed down to Oakland, parked in the lot, and walked in, saw Van Halen. And it was, I'm telling you, it was like nothing I could even explain. It was unreal. And Women and Children Tour, now we've got all 3 records, and we can choose the greatest set list of all time. I'm talking, look at Women and Children. You got The Cradle Will Rock, Everybody Wants Some, Fools, Romeo Delight, Tora Tora, Loss of Control, Take Your Whiskey Home, Could This Be Magic, In a Simple Rhyme, just unreal. Totally different. This record, you put it on, you're like, whoa, what is this? Could This Be Magic? What is this? Take Your Whiskey Home. Holy shit. This is grabbing me. Loss of Control. Fools. Romeo's Delight. This record is the first record with no covers. And it's unreal. Like, you're like, what are you fucking wasting your time with these covers? You guys are writing the shit out of this music. I go in, Vince and we see Van Halen. The next day, they're playing a few nights. We got to go. My mom's like, hey, you can't go. I let you go one night. You're not going again. I said, I'm going. And she's like, you go, you're out of this house. I went. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. The old saying goes. So I get home and she's steaming. She's up, she's steaming. My mom is like, I told you were out of here. I was like, look, I have to see Van Halen. I need this. It's like school. I've got to see this. I go both nights, October 9th and October 10th. And that's it for me. After that, my life completely changes forever. 100% forever. And at this time, we have a incredible year of 1980. We have Women and Children, which I remember exactly when I bought that, and then we have Back in Black. And the entire landscape of rock and roll completely changes. And Van Halen had completely stepped it up to beyond. They were like, we're making money. We're putting money back into the stage. They had these incredible lights. Mike Anthony with the weird bomb keyboards. Eddie Van Halen coming out with that Shark Ibanez Explorer that he cut up with the chainsaw. It was all insane. The album cover, one of the greatest album covers of all time. And recently, I saw all the outtakes. Unreal, all the different photos from that. The photos, there are color shots of it. Unreal. But Eddie Van Halen, there he is on the cover with that Ibanez Shark that they recently reissued. God, I want one of those in the house. There it is, the Shark. The band is kind of holding on to the guitar as he's falling back. And you are hearing a new band, a band that is getting darker and more radical and bigger by the minute. Eddie Van Halen playing some piano on that record. And holy shit, I can't even pick the proper tune to play on this. It's so insane. It's so insane. The tour shirt from that was great. The tour was called Invasion. And it just said Invasion on it. So fucking great. Unreal. Unreal. There's some great bootlegs out there of this era right here. There's one from Largo Capitol Center. Let me give you the set list. They open with Romeo's Delight. Come on. Into Bottoms Up. Then a drum solo. Running with the Devil. Tora Tora Lost Control. Take Your Whiskey Home. Dance the Night Away. Women in Love. Jamie's Crying. Feel Your Love Tonight. Everybody Wants Some. Atomic Punk. And The Cradle Will Rock. Lighting Up the Sky. Guitar solo. Ain't Talking About Love. Ice Cream Man. You Really Got Me. 19 song. Full Assault. Ticket was $12.50. Eddie Van Halen schooling people out there. Schooling people. Here it is. That opening tune, Romeo Delight.
Special reason, what's the lie? Cause I ain't leaving. We're in for a very long night. Heard a vicious rumor from your mama's tongue. You a desperate woman, need a man with a gun. High crime zone in the city of lights. Save it, please. party tonight, and I'm looking for somebody to squeeze. I ain't looking for somebody to fight, baby, don't get uptight, baby, please. Wanna see my ID, try to clip my wings, don't have to show you proof of anything. I know the law, friend. At the 11th hour, I'm going back outside. Give it a try, I'm your last loose end. Baby, please, give me any more. Oh, baby, please, give me any more. I'm taking whiskey to the party tonight, and I'm looking for somebody to squeeze. Ain't looking for somebody to fight, baby, don't get uptight, baby, please.
What's about to happen next in my life? I had no idea that this was coming, but in 1981, the band drops what all true Van Halen fans, deep Van Halen fans, believe is their best record ever, Fair Warning. This record only sold 2 million copies, and it was their slowest selling album, which is absurd. It is so funny that this is their slowest selling album, and it is definitely their greatest album ever. Everything about it. The artwork still blows my mind as I look at that album cover of a man punching someone in the face, another guy running his head into the wall. It was a painting done by a guy named William Kurelek. And, oh, I'd love to own that painting, man. 1981, recorded, Sunset Sound. And this record, I could do a full episode on this record. It is so unreal, man. nobody saw this thing coming. A lot of people say, and I don't know if this is true, I always wanted to talk to Eddie Van Halen. I never got to interview him, but a lot of people were saying that Eddie stepped up his game because Randy Rhoads was starting to get a lot of light. Randy was playing real dark. The Blizzard record and Diary of a Madman were dark records. They were completely different sounding, and a lot of people say that Eddie was like, all right. He didn't say it, I'm sure he never said it, but he was like, I got this for you. Some of the gnarliest riffs ever wrote. Mean Street, the intro to Mean Street, it is unreal. Into Dirty Movies, Sinner Swing, Hear About It Later, Unchained, Push Comes to Shove, So This Is Love, Sunday Afternoon in the Park, 1 foot out the door. All right? I'm talking about an absolute masterpiece of a record. The tour was like nothing I've ever seen. I was just telling someone yesterday, I went to those shows 3 nights in Oakland. MTV filmed them. There's the 3 songs out there. Everybody's seen them a million times on MTV. And everybody's wishes that they filmed the whole concert. I read deep into it that some people say that they didn't film the whole concert. That's why it's not out there. And I truly believe that too, because I think that if the full concert was out there, by now in this bootleg world, someone would have leaked it. But yeah, they had the Unchained, So This Is Love, and I think the other one's Hear About It Later. Unreal. I was there. When he says, looks like I got a brand new Oakland scarf. I never forgot that shit. When I met Diamond Dave, I talked about it with him. I was like, hey, man, I was there. And he was like, oh, man, fucking, he didn't even really remember that stuff. I was like, dude, nobody touched Van Halen at this point. Now Eddie is up in the game with all different guitars. He's got the Strat with the bubbles on it. He's got the Rasta one that Dweezil Zappa owns. He's whipping out all these other crazy different paint jobs. He's going full on. He's dressed like Raggedy Ann and Andy. He's just murdering it live. It's just insane what this record means. Unbelievable. Eddie Van Halen completely changing the game. I love it. Sunday Afternoon in the Park. I never forgot when he did that. He sat up on this like second tier of the amps, and he had this weird little, I believe it was a Moog, small little keyboard. And he was like, and people were just, they didn't give a fuck, man. They were like, this guy's killing it on something else. It was unreal. You can watch those videos. I was talking to Fraser Smith about it, man. And he was like, that's it. That is, look, Van Halen still hadn't released the next couple records, but to me, that was it. You get the greatest performance from a band before they start to get a little burned out. You've got the first 4 records. The set list is mind-boggling. The set list is mind-boggling from the tour. Those shows were June 11th, 12th, 13th, and then I go see him in Fresno on June 18th at the Selland Arena. I see him 4 times on that tour. They got the greatest tour shirt from that tour. I own 2 of those shirts still. the incredible one where it's just kind of this weird collage of them, and it says World Tour. Man, unreal. Just to see him 4 times on that, I'm good. I really, I've seen a zillion concerts, but that was probably it right there. I never got to see Led Zeppelin, but this was it for me. Between this and AC/DC, Those About to Rock tour, there's nothing more mind-boggling. And Eddie is just, by now, he is winning every year. Every fucking year. #1 guitar player. Every year for like 10 years straight. Just dominating. #1 guitar player. Every year on the cover of Guitar Player. You just didn't have a chance, no matter how good you were. This thing is a mind-boggler. A mind-boggler. Like I said before, they open with On Fire. I mean, the Fair Warning Tour, you're not going to get any better than this. Into Center Swing, drum solo, Hear About It Later, So This Is Love, Jamie's Crying, bass solo, Running with the Devil, Dance the Night Away, Sunday Afternoon in the Park. There it is right there. Sitting up on the amps. Romeo Delight. Everybody Wants Some. Ice Cream Man. Mean Street. Guitar solo. Feel Your Love Tonight. You Really Got Me. Mean Street, man. That guitar playing on Mean Street. That riff. This is, which by the way, man, I want to say this. Shout out right now, and my heart goes out to the entire Van Halen, family. Alex Van Halen has lost his best friend and his brother and his bandmate. Those two have been playing together since they were kids. Alex, you never saw Alex jam with anybody. You never saw him do any kind of super groups. You never even see this guy out, man. It's Van Halen or nothing with him. So I fear that we are never going to hear from Alex Van Halen again. That is my fear, and I worry about him. And Alex Van Halen's so underrated. If he was in any other band, people would be talking about Alex Van Halen nonstop. Man. And my love out to, Wolfgang, Valerie, his ex-wife, his wife of now. Man, it's brutal. It's brutal. I'm still stunned, so I haven't fallen apart. But yesterday I was walking around like a zombie. An absolute zombie. Eddie, man, he had hip replacement from doing all those insane jumps all those years. And then he had the tongue cancer in 2000. He had the surgery. They got rid of it in 2002. And then, he got throat cancer. It kind of came back. And holy shit, man. Cancer is just, I just can't believe that he's gone, man. Fucking 65. I'm sitting here doing this podcast and it's just hitting me. The fucking guy is gone. Oh, man. It's so wrong, man. Oh. Let's play dirty movies. 1982, the band's getting a little burnout. They go in the studio, record a single, Pretty Women. It kind of takes off, and then they're forced to stay in the studio and do a record by the record company, and they drop Diver Down. A lot of covers on it. Not my favorite record, but I do love some of it, and I did love the tour. I saw them, of course, at the Cow Palace, but then I saw one of the greatest shows, not the greatest Van Halen shows, but one of the greatest displays of rock and roll, or heavy metal, as you know, they called it the Metal Day, out at the US Festival. My mom, I remember, she asked me, do you want to go to the prom or the US Festival? And I just started laughing. So she rented a Toyota Dolphin. She took me, my buddy Eric Wettenkamp, one of my long friends, and the guitar player in my band at the time, Tony Halby, and we drove from San Francisco Bay Area all the way down to the desert outside of LA there, and Glen Helen, and saw Van Halen out in the desert with the however many people they say. Some say 1 million, some say 250,000, some say 500,000. It did not matter. That was the day Van Halen made $1 million for a performance, and that was the day that the entire record industry opened their eyes to cash money, dollar signs, and started signing anything they could on the Sunset Strip. The strip that Van Halen had completely made one of the greatest rock scenes. You know, they are responsible for every band that came out after that, with the guitar of Floyd Rose, the rock and roll outfits. The guitar god was cemented into the strip. And here comes the next wave. Here comes the Motley Crues. Here comes the Quiet Riots. Here comes later on the GNRs, the Poisons. Here comes all of that. All of that was born out of Van Halen. Diver Down. Where have all the good times gone? Hang 'em High. Hang 'em High, an unreal tune. And little guitars, I'll never forget it. He had the miniature Les Paul. Here he comes again. What's Eddie going to do? He's got the overalls on. He's got the miniature Les Paul. He's playing little guitars. It's unreal, this fucking guy. Just smoking it. Just smoking it. Just a fantastic song. Little guitars. It's just cool. All right. Here it is. Hang 'em High.
Like a glove. First come, first serve. He's serving it back. Travels life without a pack, without love. He comes from nowhere, he turns on his own. They call the hanging as he's headed for the moon, hanging high.
1984 comes along. I'm getting ready to graduate, which I didn't graduate. I'm so deep into rock now. I've got a band. I'm out there. I'm doing it. I'm playing nightly. I'm rehearsing. I'm learning everything about the dynamics of playing with different people in a group. Chemistry, what works, who doesn't work in the band, all of that. I'm figuring it out, trying to at least. And Van Halen drops what are, obviously is probably their most commercial record as far as MTV and everything is like this perfect storm. Rock is bigger than ever. This 1984 incredible album cover sells 10 million. Come out of the gate with a single called Jump. Eddie's playing keyboards. What is this bullshit? That's what some people thought. I was like, this is a great song. It was a great song. Oh my God. Hot for Teacher, one of the most creative videos I've ever seen. Let's find 4 kids that look like us and have them play in a school. Genius. Panama, the great video showing Los Angeles and the insanity of being in a rock band, Van Halen. 10 million sold. It's insane. Reached number 2 on the Billboard. Remained there for 5 weeks behind Michael Jackson's Thriller, which Eddie Van Halen played on, beat it. So Eddie Van Halen's everywhere. He is bigger than ever. Bigger than ever, 1984. Unreal. This shit is insane. Last record with Roth until years later. I love this record. Some of the deep tracks. Of course, the singles, we know them. But I love I'll Wait. It was a great ballad. Girl Gone Bad and House of Pain. The back 2 songs on the record. Wow. If the whole record was like that, it might have been another... it might have been a part 2 to Fair Warning if it was that dark. Girl Gone Bad and House of Pain. But I get it, man. I get it. They're out there. They got some cool hit songs. They go out and tour. They're bigger than ever. Then boom, Roth is gone and a new era comes with Sammy. But let's dig into this. I couldn't pick which one to do. Girl Gone Bad or House of Pain. House of Pain, man. Oh, that's an old track, by the way, too. Let's go with House of Pain.
See you
I gotta tell you, man, there's so much I love about Eddie Van Halen. As a kid, you know, he loved the Porsche 911, and I would see these photos over the years of Eddie with a Porsche, and I was like, that's it, man. That is it to me. You're the rock star. And, you know, rock stars get shit on because it turned into this alternative world or the grunge world or anything else. But let's be honest. Everybody kind of needs a rock star to check out in their life. Like that's the dude. The sunglasses indoors, the Porsche 911, the partying, the rock and roll, the insanity, the hotel trash, and all that stuff. It doesn't happen anymore. I get it. And I don't sit around and go, man, I wish bands were like that now. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not a tumbleweed out there like, what happened? What happened, man? There's no good music. So wrong. So wrong. But I do enjoy myself a good old-fashioned rock star. Meaning the clothing, the cars, the insanity. But Eddie was the real deal. It wasn't fabricated. There wasn't stylists coming down. They weren't picking out outfits like, well, we've got this for you, Mr. Van Halen, for the video shoot. There's 3 outfits here. You might want a wallet chain. The people are wearing wallet chains this year. Fuck all that. This guy had so much style. I still got one of those gold necklaces with the VH. They sold them on the Women and Children tour. I've got it brand new, sealed in a bag still. I bought 2. I wore one forever, and it fell apart. And then I still have one new in the bag. Everything about Eddie, I used to try to find out like where he got stuff between him and Roth. I wanted to be a combo. Where'd David Lee Roth get those sunglasses? But where did Eddie get those Velcro shoes? He used to wear these Velcro sneakers. I guess he got them in Japan. They had like a W on them. I searched for those Velcro sneakers for years. Where did he get those? I knew this guy, Mike Rush. He had some. I was like, where do you get those? And he was a dick. He's like, don't worry about it. Everything about Eddie. I wanted the guitar. I always wanted the... Charvel made a Bumblebee. The Bumblebee is my favorite, by the way. Van Halen II. I love the black with yellow stripes. I remember going to Guitar Center in Hollywood when I was young, and they had one in there for sale. And I was like, oh, the Bumblebee. And it was like fucking $1,200. It might as well have been $1 million. I didn't even have $5 to my name. The Bumblebee. I wanted an Eddie guitar. I owned a few years ago, but sold them to move. When they reissued them, they were fantastic. Charvel reissued them, and I think you can still get them right now. They make the Bumblebee, they make the Frankenstein, they make the white and black one, and they even make the Women and Children one, which is cool. That weird Explorer one. Eddie is just, I could just go on and on and on and on. It's stupid, man. It's stupid this guy's gone. It's brutal. But we got his music. We got his riffs. We've got 1 million photos. I've just posted photos nonstop on my Instagram. I don't give a fuck if anybody unfollows me or whatever. These photos are electric. I was lucky enough I believe it was 2006. I was invited to the Los Angeles Forum to watch a dress rehearsal for friends and family. And Kirk Hammett and I talked about it on my Kirk Hammett episode. I was invited down there, which could have been one of the greatest nights of my life, sitting in the Los Angeles Forum. The only thing that beat it was when I opened for Bill Burr there. It's the only thing that beat the Forum experience for me. But I was invited down there. There was about 150 of us. They had some kegs of beer just sitting on the floor. And there was like Kirk Hammett's there, my buddy Mark from Death Angel, Zach Wilde, a bunch of just friends and family. Valerie was there, and Van Halen rehearsed a full set, first time back with David Lee Roth, and I was about 2 feet away from Eddie Van Halen, 2 feet away, with no one climbing on me like back on the 81 tour where I'm front row and I'm fucking 5 foot tall, just standing on my tippy toes up on the rail, can't breathe, crushing my ribs, just full danger zone, not giving a fuck, just up on the rail, just completely crushed on the rail, sweating, no pissing, no waters, nothing. You're sitting in that spot for the next 2.5 hours. You're not moving, catching picks. I've got multiple Eddie Van Halen picks that I've got from tours. I would be front row. I'd dive down on the ground, get an Eddie pick. I mean, I was on it. Front row. I got the tour books. I got the T-shirts. I had the posters. I had the photos. Still got the photos. And I've got the memories. I've got the memories. And I will never, ever forget this man, and I will never stop listening to Eddie Van Halen. And I love you, man. And I miss you. And I can't believe you're gone. And it's just a different world now. It's a different world. Anytime I hear guitar, I'm going to think of Eddie Van Halen. And that's just the truth. 65 years old. Way too young to be gone. I miss you, brother. Already. It's only been one day. I can't believe I'm not going to see you on stage ever again. And I'm so glad I went to the last tours. 06 and whenever the other one was, a few years ago. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. The last round. Fantastic. That last round, you were unbelievable, Eddie. That last round, you were playing like you were 20 years old, man. Thanks for tuning in, people. Go out there and listen to some Van Halen. And, keep the candles lit.